All right, good morning. How you doing, sir?
Morning, man. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
I see you got on your twins. Who jersey you got today?
This is Mauer.
Joe Mauer.
Yeah, Joe Mauer.
Played catcher, is that right?
Yes, sir. Choco cake. Eat so much, get a tummy ache.
He hit a couple home runs in the World Series to help them win.
Yeah, Joe Mauer.
Joe Mauer was a good player. Was a very good player. It's a beautiful day. It's a great day. Thank you for joining me today, sir. Thank you for doing another wonderful, fantastic show. Here we are again. I gotta fix that. That's not right. Let me change to take the name off of here.
Man, supposed to be Kamau Williams.
We gotta fix that. We gotta fix that. So let me
You go put down there Terry Fair.
let me fix that right quick. I do apologize, everybody. Let me see here. So let me go right up here. There we go. Bam, there we go. We gotta start with that one. And let me go let me get to the ticker.
Terry Fair.
I should have put Terry Fair up there.
Yeah, you should have put Terry Fair.
That'd be a lot better. Here we go. Now we got the ticket. All right, we in a good spot now. We doing right. We good. All right. We are on Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, all running simultaneously. It's beautiful. Good morning, sister. Good morning, Nat. Thank you for y'all joining us on the Instagram side. Let's see. I'm see if I can see who's on the like, people. That's one thing I don't like. Only on Instagram do it actually show me who's there. I want to see who's here so I can say hello to them directly. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to say hello. Oh, wait a minute. I did figure it out. There we go. I just got to hover over it. Them me on X. I'm on YouTube. Let me see here. And Facebook, we got them all. We up there. We there. We in the house. We in the house. So we good. All righty. Before we get moving, we got to say a couple RIPs. First of all, to Walter Scott from the Whispers. All that great music from the Whispers. Of course, I had to jam on some Whispers yesterday. And earlier this week, Lynn Hamilton. I know you know who that is. That's Donna. From Fred Sanford.
Yeah, Donna, okay.
So what was her nickname on the show?
Huh?
What was her nickname on the show?
Man, stop. The Barracuda.
There it is, the Barracuda.
Did you not? You didn't know Esther and her was sisters.
Yeah. That was the rumor. That was always the rumor that they were sisters. They never really proved it, but they would always say that was her sister.
LaWanda Page.
Yeah. And it was always great to have her on the screen and starting trouble with Lamont. Lamont always making that face. Here she come, the Barracuda.
The Barracuda.
Yeah, we're not trying to diss Miss Donna or and her real name Miss Lynn. That's just TV. That's just what they call her on the TV screen. And so we love her. We want to wish well to her family and thank her for all her contributions to this earth. People get mad. People get mad when you make mention about stuff like that. They get mad, and think I'm just trying to talk about folk, but that's not the case at all.
No.
That's not the case at all. We just trying to make sure we enjoy our situation, enjoy the fact that she was a great actress. All right, and we on Twitch. I just pulled up Twitch. Man, that's beautiful. We all over the place. Good morning, Kenneth. Good morning. Marcus has made an appearance. Good morning, sir. Good morning. And we gonna run this commercial soon for what he do for the book. So we're gonna get ready for that. Not her sister. She had a real sister name with the same name. Okay. I know that was always the rumor for all the years that they were sisters in real life. All right, we're gonna get going with the show. We're gonna get started. The segment as brought to you. The voters this week voted WNBA women's sports to be the #1 segment. And as always, this segment is T. So we gotta clock it. Is it clock it? Is it clock it? Is it? I don't know. I just want to make sure we, appealing to that demographic. Is it clock it like this? Is it 2 fingers? Is it 1 finger? I'm gonna get it figured out. We need to get a young lady on here to show us how to do it. Just pop in real quick and to show us how to do it. But we want to make sure we let you know that this segment is tea. We're talking about the ladies. Ladies are up front today. Ladies first. Queen Latifah, ladies first. On Iron Friday night, last night, we had Chicago and Golden State. The Valkyries beat Chicago 83-78. Phoenix beat New York 106-91. And Connecticut took a L to Seattle. The team that I picked to win it all, 97-81. Also, we had Minnesota, Atlanta, 96-82. Minnesota, Atlanta, Indiana, Dallas. And Indiana beat Dallas 94-86. Tonight at 7 o'clock, Washington are coming out to Arlington to play against Dallas. I'm thinking about might possibly getting tickets to that. See if they got any cheap tickets left for that game and sit up in the rafters. It's not a bad seat in that building. And Sunday, they got a full slate. New York and Atlanta, Chicago, Los Angeles, Vegas, Phoenix, Connecticut, Minnesota, Seattle, and Golden State. I asked my same question. The answer is no. Did the Wings fire their coach yet? I know you laughing at me. You laughing.
Yeah, man, I'm laughing with you. I ain't laughing at you.
He got to go. Mr. Ponytail got to go. And right now in the WNBA, the Minnesota Lynx are 13-2. The Mercury are 12-4. The Liberty are 11-4. The Dream are 10-6. Seattle Storm 10-6. Fever 8-8. Mystics 8-8. The Valkyries 7-7. The Aces are 7-8. Sparks are 5-11. Sky 4-10. Wings are 4-13. And the Sun are 2-14. That don't make no sense. It's that team that's got enough time to wait the playoffs, and they 4-13. You know, I don't want to take no money out of nobody's mouth, and I don't want to pocket watch nobody by saying they need to get fired. But it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. Is that Moni Love? It's a shame. They ain't winning no games. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. I know. I'm on one today. I know. I'm sorry. All the sports references, because hey, there's ladies. We in the ladies area today. We talking about the ladies. We got to give them all their props because this segment is tea. We got to clock it. 1 finger, 2 fingers, left finger, right finger, both fingers, because it's tea. All right. I'm sorry. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a really good mood. I'm in a real good mood. All right, so let me see. Let me make sure I got let me get the right banner up here. Let me bam, there it is. There it is. Women's sports. This segment is T. Clock it. See, it's written into the show, right? It's in the show. All right. We still wondering if they're gonna bring back women's sport, the summer camp series. So I'm gonna make a phone call today and see what's going on with that. And let's see here. Let me quickly get the Ion Saturday night games for soccer. Let's see. I do apologize. Let's see. They got tonight. They have. They didn't put it up there. All right, we're not gonna worry about it. But all right. So that's what we got today. And I almost forgot. In Caitlin Clark news, she's injured, so she has not been playing last couple games. And the other night, one of the players told her to sit her bleep down. She out on the court like she the coach sitting down, but she out there coaching. And so she made sure she said it right in front of the referee, so the referee would follow up and tell her that she has to sit down since she's not the coach. So. Caitlin Clark out there, she's still out there doing it, even she's not actually on the court. Hey, I ain't mad at her. If you can get away with it, get away with it. You can get away with it. All right, don't forget, you click like, click share, and don't forget to get the book. See that young man right there in the background, Mr. Marcus Holmes? He has a wonderful commercial for his book. Yes, Marcus, commercial for your book. Great for this journey every day. Let me say some really good quick words about Mr. Marcus Holmes. If you are looking for a job, if you need a job, if you want a job, look that man up on TikTok. Let me lean in and tell you what's going on. What's going on is he going to show you how to do a great star interview. How to do a great star interview. Answer those questions and have questions for the for the people that you're trying to work for, how to negotiate your salary, how to get your insurance. That's what you want. That if you want to get out there and get a great job, go see this young man. How to prepare your resume and how to do your 30, 60, 90. That's right. You got to have a 30, 60, 90 plan for when you get the job. This is what I'm going to do from day one. I'm day one prepared. He gonna tell you how to say all those great buzzwords and how to be collaborative with your coworkers and how everything is okay. All right. You got the commercials queued up? Yes, no? All right. All right. We just gonna go with the QR code. All right. We're gonna move on. We are NBA finals, trades, and the draft. Of course, we know that the Oklahoma City Thunder took down the Indiana Pacers on Sunday night. Now, do you think that the Pacers would have won had Halliburton not got injured?
No, man. No. Did they win when they played Shaq in 2000?
Now say it again.
I said, did the Pacers win when they played the Lakers in 2000?
No.
History repeated itself. The only difference is you went 7 to where Reggie lose at 5. I think Reggie won 1 game. Yeah. Man, they weren't about to let the Pacers win. This is not Hoosiers. This is the NBA. No, you're not going to win. If he wouldn't have got hurt, yes, he would have put up a valiant effort. But no, they would have lost. Okay, you don't. At the end of the day, OKC, Shea is the straw that stirs the drink. Halliburton is the straw that stirs the drink. Once he got hurt, who was you gonna go to?
I would say he more like the ice in the drink that melted. Once the ice was gone, it wasn't else.
You go to the dude with the mustache, the dude that looked like the mailman. Nah, you had a wonderful season. You know what I'm saying? He sorry, it's unfortunate what happened, but now, going forward, you need to make a trade or get somebody who could be another viable option. Because Sal can't do it by himself. Yeah, he can't do it by himself.
Siakam tried. He kept him in the game in the first half, slashing to the rim, and doing best that he could. But it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. Good morning, brother Tamuk. How's everything? Hallie don't get hurt last year, and this year then he has 2 back-to-back chips. That's a good theory. That's definitely a good theory. We got to see, how true that is. I'm just hoping that moving forward that they do stay healthy. They do have a chance to go ahead and try and win it again. Well, not win it again, but win it this next year. I like the underdog. Of course, my Pistons are supposedly getting better. We're gonna talk about them in the splash pebbles they made in that draft, drafting that young man. Of course, we don't know who he is or what he does, but we'll talk about that in a minute. We talk about that again. Kidham says Oklahoma is a bigger market for the NBA. It's about that dollar and NBA promotion. I would beg to differ. I would say that Indianapolis has a bigger market than Oklahoma City. I would say that Indianapolis is bigger. I would definitely say that. Now
he hit that one. He hit that one on the nail. Yeah. OKC already been there. OKC. Nobody look at the tradition they already instilled in the NBA. They stand up till they make the first shot. Now everybody's copying that. They didn't brought their own tradition. Yeah. Okay. I give it. That's
actually a college tradition.
Huh?
That's actually a college tradition. Some people, they have the bag where they pop the bag until they score, or they throw they pop the bag and throw it, ball up and throw it in the air, or get the paper. They, something. That's like a college tradition. I'm glad they brought that to the NBA.
Yeah.
A lot of keep the fans interested.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing. But like I said, now the thing going forward with them is, can you do it again? Because we didn't have these last couple of seasons. We didn't have one and done. The Celtics won last year. They didn't get back. So can OKC get back? That's the thing.
Well, we're gonna talk about the Celtics. They trying to sell everything. They trying to sell everything with the parquet on the floor. Many folks they didn't got rid of on that team.
I mean, Brad, he did it right. He gave himself a 3-year window. And it panned out in 3 years. They got a championship. They were probably hoping for 2, but bar injury and if let's just say Porzingis stay healthy, Tatum don't tear his Achilles, they probably repeat.
I would agree with you on that. But you
know
got to stay healthy.
But like I said, Brad Stevens, you got to give him. He the Kirk Cousins. He another Kirk Cousins. He went from head coach at Butler, took Butler to a national championship. They lost to Duke that year. He got out of Butler. He moved on to the NBA. He coached some good little Celtics teams. Now remember, he had Kyrie and all of them. Got out of there, went to the front office. They moved Danny Ainge out, went to the front office. He gave himself a 3-year window. In the 3 years, he won 1 championship. You can't be mad at that.
Can't be mad at it.
But now, here's the part. Now you got to sell everything off. And they sell it. They ain't even buyers. They sell it. They gave Porzingis away, right? Either you're going to build around Tatum and Derek White, or you're going to build around Tatum and Brown, or you're going to build around nobody. Because that's where you at right now.
At this point, they about to build around nobody. Because they
pack his bags.
Well, that was a little bit further down the line, but we might as well talk about it now. The Hawks traded Porzingis. I'm sorry. The Celtics traded Porzingis to the Hawks for Mann and a 22nd pick, and they got George Niang. Celtics, they traded J. Rue Holiday to the Trailblazers for Anthony Simmons and 2 future round second picks. And the word is they also seeking a trade for Jaylen Brown. They were talking to Danny Ainge about sending him to Utah. So the rumor is actually that they're gonna send Jaylen Brown to Utah for that kid that didn't want to go to Utah. That's not what I got
about Ace Bailey. That's not what I got. I got Ace Bailey supposed to go to the Lakers. He's not even supposed to show up to Utah. This kid right here, I'm not even mad at him because he betting on himself. But at the same token, dude, you came out of Rutgers.
Right.
That's not a good look, man.
You were on an underachieving team.
That's not a good look. And then too, get your feet wet first before you start making demands, right? Because you could be and I ain't trying to be funny, but you could be another Bronny James. But the only difference is your daddy ain't in the NBA. Stop, man. Get your feet wet. Get you touch the floor first. How you gonna get mad because you don't want to go to Utah?
You can't talk junk to nobody.
Right. You don't want to go to Utah. This ain't the NFL, man. This ain't the NFL. And that usually don't work. I mean, it worked in Eli's case, right? Eli said, I'm not going to the Chargers, and it worked in his case. But most of the time, that don't work out, man.
It don't. So I wish the young man luck. It's because he's setting a precedent that people not going to want to work with him. Now, if you want to look at it, you see what they did to Shedeur. So this ain't too far away from having the same thing happen to him again in the NBA.
Understood, but at the same token, who would not know yourself better than yourself?
Now, I'm not against him betting on himself, but you got to do it in a smart way that, where you let them know how it is, but you still got to show up every day. If that's how you feel, be the first one in the gym and the last one out the door.
Nah, that guy who did that, he's gone to heaven. That was only Kobe Bryant that do that. But at the same token, this kid, when you got a lot of in your ear, you did too. You got to understand, like Shaq always said, you got to understand it's a business. The NBA is a business. You got to understand that. So now you're rubbing Utah the wrong way. If you end up being in Utah, they might boo you every time you touch the ball.
Yeah, I agree.
Another Kwame Brown incident in Washington.
Yep, I agree. I wish that young man well. Like Kim said, you took the words right out of my mouth. He needs to be thankful that he got drafted at all. He gonna have a guaranteed contract. That first contract, he gonna have a rookie contract. If he take care of his money, he'll be set for the rest of his life. But if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. All right, let's see. We jumped ahead a little bit than where we was supposed to be. You see the parade a little bit? Did you see that parade for Oklahoma City? That was, to me, I ain't never seen so many players with no shirts on going down the street in my life. I know it's hot in Oklahoma. It's hot, because they ain't but 3 hours from me. So I know it's in the 90s. But them jokers ain't have no clothes on going down the street, pants sagging. I'm like, this is an NBA nightmare right now. Did you see any of that?
I saw a little bit.
I'm on Sports Center. They walking around, and of course, they feeling good. Don't get me wrong, but if I'm the PR people, I'm like, y'all got at least put an OKC shirt on or something. I know what's out there. We gonna put the misters on the cars. Speaking of the cars, did you see how they had the cars already set up under the stadium when Indiana came in? It already said on the side, Oklahoma City NBA champions. Did you see that?
No,
I gotta see that video. Rick Carlisle was like, I know this is gonna go viral, but they already got these vans set up for them to win. That's all I'm thinking about right now. I'm gonna send you that. I gotta send you that. That was that was too funny. I feel bad for them a little bit for that because it was like the NBA already know what they want. We got in the draft, we got Cooper Flag going number 1. We talked about Ace Bailey. But number 16 draft, the guy I'm looking forward to seeing the most, Young Hansen. You know about this young man?
That's the guy that was born with the one
No.
The short one.
That's the guy from China who got drafted sitting in the stands in the white suit. He wasn't even on the floor.
Oh, nah.
He wasn't even on the floor. He sat in the section up in the stands at the draft. Him and just all the rest of the fans. And everybody's like, why is this tall Asian kid sitting up here? And his name got drafted. He got called his name. And all of a sudden, the lights and everything just came down on him. He was standing up, waving everybody. He wasn't even on the floor. Now, he is a story of somebody betting on himself. He was projected to be a number 1, and I'm not a number 1, but a first-round pick. He literally didn't get invited. They thought he was going to do like the Frenchman did 2 years ago and have his party over there. He showed up. He said, I'm coming anyway. And so that's who I'm looking forward to see play in the league. I'm looking forward to him making it.
Yeah.
And let's see what else we got. We got James Richardson, 25 to the Magic. Danny Wolf, 27 out of Michigan, going to the Nets. And the Pistons drafted Chaz Lanier. Who is Chaz Lanier, you might ask? Young man, a guard, 6'4", 206 pounds out of Tennessee. He's a dangerous movement shooter with solid physical tools. He has proven himself to be a prolific shot maker in the SEC after he transferred from North Florida to Tennessee. Will he make the team is my question. Or will he just be in the G League?
G League. They already said it, guard.
See, the thing about it is the Pistons are in a great spot. To me, that's a pick that you could have picked for somebody else and made a trade on. You got a solid team right now. It reminded me,
you could have traded
it again.
You could have traded the pick.
That's my point. They could have drafted somebody that somebody wanted and picked up something for the future. That's my point. That's all I'm saying. You know what that remind me of? Back when the Pistons drafted Ricky Paulding. Remember that name?
Ricky Paulding was nice.
But they drafted him right when they had a championship team. First thing I said, that's cool, but he's not gonna make the team. And my people, people I went to school with, and they was mad at me. Why you hating on Ricky? I said, no, that's not the point. The point is, it's a good pick. It's a good PR move. A Detroit kid being picked by the Pistons, but he'll never make the team because he's not going to beat anybody on that team for a spot. He wound up not playing for the Pistons. I wish they'd have picked somebody else because that's cool and everything, but at the same time, that's kind of dirty.
He shouldn't have never left Missouri.
He came out. I thought he came out. I thought he did the Dollars 4 years. I thought he did like 4 years in Missouri before he came out. He came out early. Okay.
Him and Arthur Johnson, all of them went down there.
I thought he came out on time. But, anyway.
But there was he went to Renaissance. He went to Renaissance, and Quinn Snyder had him at Missouri.
I just wish that the Pistons. I'm glad they did because it's a great look bringing in the Detroit product. A little city Detroit player, but they knew drafting him that they weren't going to keep him. And this was before the G League. This was the CBA. That was that was Isaiah's old league before they took that from him.
Right.
You never know. So let's see. Kenneth say, go back to Chumuk. He was worth all his own hype. He would have been drafted higher. He may end up in China or Europe. African Basketball League that we don't want him. I can tell you, the African Basketball League, I'm gonna start looking for them this summer. Because when I tell you that's a league that you really want to see, you want to watch them games. I'm gonna start posting them because I know they're gonna start showing them again. When I tell you it's a party in the stands, you watch the game for the stands, not for the actual game, because they can't shoot. That's for sure. They're athletic, they can dunk it, but they can't shoot to say they lie. All right, let's see. Might be a sleeper pick that nobody had their eyes on. Another Joe Dumars type pick. Who knows? Yeah, you're right. Isaiah and Joe was known for picking up guys that that they saw as that other people didn't see stuff in who had long careers in the NBA. More so Isaiah than Joe. All right, what else we got on here? The trades. Kevin Garnett going to Houston for Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks in the 10th pick and 5 second-round picks. What kind of mess was that? What were they thinking?
You had to give Matt Ishmael something back in return.
It's okay. Father Time is undefeated. You giving up a 35, 36-year-old player. You giving all them picks up, all that great player. You giving up a true number one for that. To me, that says something going on with Jalen Green that we don't know about. Something happening in the background that they're giving up on him.
The off.
That's what I'm saying. It's something going on that's not being publicized for them to want to give up on him so quickly. I wonder what that is.
The off.
Plus Houston, playing. Houston is the spot. It's the spot. Detroit is the spot in the summertime. Houston is the spot all year long. Even when it's cold in Houston, you can go get into some madness in Houston. I stay away from Houston because I don't want my bank account to reflect. Trust me, you can get to a lot of mess and madness and fun in Houston. The food, the nightlife, the day life, the life. So that might be what's going on. You never know. All right, let's see what else we got. We got New Orleans Pelicans traded C.J. McCollum and Kelly Olynyk to Washington for Jordan Poole and Sadiq Bey in the 40th pick in this year's draft. That don't surprise me. C.J. McCollum is a great player, but it seemed like to me the Washington Wizards just couldn't wait to get rid of Jordan Poole, bringing him in for all that money they brought him in on. That's right. And he ain't did nothing. Jordan Poole is on his claim to fame to this day is still getting punched in the mouth by Draymond Green, because he sure ain't did nothing in Washington. You laughing at me.
What would drive you to do something for Washington?
You always want your resume to look good, no matter where you at. No matter who you are, no matter where you want to play for pride.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get up every night when you about to get kicked right back.
Put up 40, and then when the contract is up, leave on your own accord and get a max contract or as much of a max contract somewhere else.
Understood. I hear everything you're saying, but when you're getting up every night to drive to this arena, and you're just hoping you don't get blew out by 30 or more. Well, I mean, what are you really getting up for? Your game's not on TV. It's not on TNT. It's not on ESPN.
It's on local TV.
What are you doing?
It's on local Fox. It's on local.
It's on KTY.
Local
Washington.
Local access.
Right. Right. You come on right after Matlock.
After Matlock in between Chicago PD.
Right.
He on the local IM station. I get it. But he can do what Grant Hill did. Grant Hill was like, hey, I'm going to put these numbers up. I know Detroit is not the place for me long term. Let me go on over here to Orlando. Let me facilitate this trade, this sign and trade. Y'all sign me. Let me get my money. Let me get y'all some picks. And that led to the championship. So be smart. Be smart about it. I'm still sorry that his claim to fame is getting punched in the mouth. But hey, you can recover for that. Put some points up. And they won't talk about it no more. I won't talk about it. Right now, the only thing I got to talk about is you ain't did nothing. Ain't nothing going on but the rent.
Yeah.
So you ain't refuted it, so there's got to be something true to it.
It's not.
Got to be true to it. All right, let's move on. Let's see here. We already talked about the Celtics. And last news before we move on to MLB, Hunter Dickinson signed a 2-way contract with the New Orleans Pelicans. That young man For years we were talking about how he was smart, making that money, that NIL money. I thought he was coming. He had signed with somebody, was going to another school. But obviously, he was in the draft. You think he gonna make it, or he gonna go overseas?
He can make it with them. Yeah, he can make it with New Orleans.
I think he has a chance, but I don't know if his skill set is good enough to last long term. That's all I'm saying. That's my point. I think he's going. I think it's a good. New Orleans is a good place for him to go because he will have a good opportunity to hook on there and to make it. Because they still got to do something with Zion.
Zion gonna be a Piston.
He better not be no Piston. I will. If I'll own the air, I will burn this. If the Pistons, this week, if the Pistons, in any time, the Pistons pick up Zion, if Joe Dumars unloads Zion on the Pistons, I will get all my Pistons gear. And in my driveway, I will burn it all down, tape it, and show it on.
Make sure you go live, because I'll be watching.
Tape it and show it on the show. I'm not gonna do it live, but I'm gonna do it live on Memorex. I'm not playing. My hats, my shirts, anything Pistons I got in my closet.
Well, as soon as this podcast is over, start gathering it.
I'm not saying I'm gonna stop cheering for the Pistons, but I'm gonna burn my stuff in protest. I hope that boy don't come.
Okay, so what's the difference? What's the difference of y'all signing? What's the difference of the Pistons taking Zion versus when y'all took Chris Webber? He was trash when he came to y'all. It's the same player.
The difference is at that point in his career, we knew that Chris Webber had done something.
What did he do?
He had great numbers at that point. Zion Williams, his best numbers is his weight. He gonna eat good straight. Don't get me wrong. He gonna go get some buffs, and he gonna go get some coney, and I'm gonna send him over to Sister Rose.
So Chris was so good that they cut him from Philly, and he came to Detroit.
At that point, he was still an established player in the NBA.
So Zion ain't an established player.
Only thing that's established is his weight. His weight is the perfect weight of a person on the moon. How you gonna miss the plane in line at McDonald's? That's how he missed the flight. He was in line at McDonald's on the phone, talking about, I'm on my way. That's how he missed. That's how he got suspended.
So he don't supposed to eat?
You know what time the plane leave, man. All you gotta do is plan properly. He could have had his assistant bring the food to the plane.
No.
There's food on the plane.
It's not McDonald's, is it?
Oh my God.
What? Well, I say something wrong? Isn't that? If you want Wendy's, you're not going to go to White Castle pretend it's Wendy's, right? You're going to go to Wendy's.
But the team going to wait on you because we leaving at a certain time. You got to get your burger on.
Has to wait on me.
You got to get your Ronald McDonald on.
Do you know how many times you get up? Oh, you get up early and you still be late?
I agree with you. 100%. But them to have suspended, that means he's done it more than once.
So how did he know the line at McDonald's was going to keep him from missing the flight? He didn't. Just because you go to McDonald's doesn't mean the line is going to just move because it's Zion.
I bet if he went inside, they would have, because they would have said, "Ooh, Zion, he'd take all this for free. Take a picture with the manager and he gone."
I told you the story that happened to me with Mike Chappelle when he was playing at Southfield Lathrop. And he tried to cut the line with me at McDonald's. I didn't care who he was. I'm just as hungry as you are. Get behind me, dog. So that's what I would have did. I'd have been, oh, Zion, that's what's up. You still got to wait just like I got to wait. No. Don't play no privilege because you an NBA player. Man, get out of here. Then I was not about to let this young high school kid think that life is granted like that. No, the girl, it was like I was invisible. Hey, it's Mike Chappelle. What do you want? I say, he behind me. Man, I come over this counter and make my own food. How about that? I shut all this down. No, you're not going to do that, man. So what I'm saying to go back to my point, he probably went to McDonald's thinking, okay, this is going to be a quick smash and grab. He got in there. It was a line. I missed the plane.
Point one, if he comes to Detroit, I'm gonna be so mad with the Pistons for making that happen. I don't think Trajan Langdon would even do it unless New Orleans gave him like three, 4, 5 number ones.
What school did Trajan Langdon go to? What school did Zion Williams go to? Let's go 3 for 3. Don't they kind of look out for each other?
Yes, they do. However, you can't let a man that went to your school that's done nothing in the NBA bring you down. Your job is to win.
How is it going to bring him down? Okay, so if you get Zion, that means you're going to probably get rid of Stewart, all right? That doesn't play basketball anyway. All he wants to do is fight. So you're killing one Achilles and awarding the other one.
They're not going to get rid of Beef Stew. They're going to get rid of what's old boy name that's injured? The other guard? They will give up Jay Knivey.
Now that would be dumb. That would be dumb.
If I'm New Orleans, I don't want Beef Stew. I would want Jay Knivey.
What if you got Jay Knivey and Beef Stew?
I just hope they don't make the deal at all.
All I'm saying,
in terms of draft capital and equalness, that is
equal. Ready to burn your Pistons.
I agree with you. That would be in theory, that would be a good trade to make. Beef Stew, Jay Knivey, Zion Williams, and you got to give me some number ones. New Orleans, you got to give me some number ones.
I'm gonna give you some number ones, and Zion Williams is better than both of them. I can't give you no number one. I can probably give you 2 second-round picks.
Risk versus reward. You got to give me something.
If not, how is it a risk versus reward when what I'm giving you is better than 2? You giving me 2 players right that now, don't even make a shell of the one player.
If he plays, and if it was a 5th, we'd all be drunk. Zion Williamson's claim to fame is
sometimes a change of scenery is good.
I don't know. And here's why.
He doesn't want to be
his claim to fame, just like we talked about Jordan Poole getting punched. Zion Williams' claim to fame is eating food and messing with porn stars. There's a whole lot of tricking going on in Detroit. He gonna come to Detroit, and them girls gonna get him too.
Not necessarily. We don't know that, sir. We can only speculate. That's like if me and you got invited to First Take, and they sat me and you between Mad Dog. You think I'm about to sit there for an hour with Chris Russo? Really? Look at my face. You really think I'm about to sit next to Chris Russo?
This will be my face the entire time laughing because I already know you're going to go off.
No, I'm not. Hey, Molly, I watch the rest of this in the green room. I'm not sitting next to what? No. That's
how I had his face, just like this. I already know how you go.
It's bad enough. It's bad enough I'm about to sit through the whole show. But you think I'm about to sit next to this guy? Why are you mad? Why am I mad? Let's do that. Why am I mad? Because I got to sit next to him.
I agree.
No. All I'm saying is get ready to burn your stuff. Just like they burnt LeBron jerseys, you going to burn it? Because at the same time, they both played for Duke. Duke players look out for
yes, they do.
Look out for each other.
Yes, they do. I agree with you on that.
And all he has to do is pick up the phone. Whether it's Trajan calling Zion or Zion calling Trajan. So all you gotta do is pick up the phone. Hey man, I think I want to try Detroit out. Let me see what's happening. Same way Blake. Look at all the bad stuff that then came to Detroit from the NBA. You went and got Rasheed Wallace. How'd that work out? You got a championship, right? Okay.
That's funny, Kim. Kim said a Big Mac in one hand and a cheek in the other. We gonna say facial cheek.
That's right. That's why you'll never make captain. No, I'm just saying. We won't know until we try it. Same thing when Joe D drafted Joe Matee. And everybody was like, oh man, why you do that? You tried to bring a local kid, you tried to keep the local kid on. The only thing what was wrong with Mateen Cleese couldn't shoot. He was a good floor general. Just couldn't shoot.
I had a feeling when that happened, that wasn't gonna work out well. They probably should have drafted Mo Pete.
Nah. Mo Pete wouldn't have worked.
Yeah. Well,
at that time, you know what you should have did at that time, Joe D? You shouldn't have never got rid of Bonzi Wells. Because every time he came back to Detroit, he gave you 40 and some hot sauce. With coleslaw, fries, and everything.
Everything on the side. I agree. All right, we got to move on. Don't forget to click like, click share. Let people know that we here. You can watch us on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting somebody. LinkedIn. We on all of them. We on all of them right now. All of them. All of them. All of them. We on all of them. So you want to make sure you go and let somebody know that we here. It's Saturday morning. When you cleaning up, while you cleaning up your house, clean them baseboards, clean that bathroom, clean that kitchen, you can have us on the background. You can just have us up there. You ain't got to see our faces. I know you don't want to always see my ugly mug. It's okay. But you want to hear the voices. You want to hear the conversation. And then you can run to the computer and make a comment. And we'll make sure we read your comment. We got people on Instagram. Right now we have Tenora. We have Natalie on the Instagram side. And we have people right now on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube. We got them all. We got folks in all those spaces. Every one of those spaces. We want folks to know that we here. Come on in. Get on the phone. Make a phone call. And say that Kamau and Felix is arguing about some craziness again. Once again. Here comes some more crazy arguments. MLB. Major League Baseball. Of course, we start with the Tigers. They are 51-32. They 3-3 since the last show. Right now, they're on a one-game losing streak, 5-5 over the last 10 games. Last night, they lost to the Twins with the Joe Mauer jersey on, 4-1. And as of right now, the Tigers are now in second place and overall for the best record. They still got the best record in the American League. In this order, the Dodgers are 52-31. Dodgers, Tigers, Astros, Phillies, Cubs, and Yankees. So right now, we got 3 teams in the American League, 3 teams in the National League that are in the top 10, in the top 6, I should say. But is the Felix effect working? They playing 500 ball.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is.
Playing 500 ball.
Y'all not good. Y'all okay. Y'all not good. I keep trying to tell you that. Y'all okay. Y'all not good. Don't pencil yourself in for October.
So you think they're coming back to
trade deadline about to come? Trade deadline's going to come and go. You're still going to be griping. Oh, we need this. We need this. We need that. We need that. You're not going nowhere. You're good enough. You're good enough to get there, but you won't get there.
Okay. All right. I'll take that. I think that they, like I said before last week, every team is going to get to a point where in the season you're going to have to face a little bit of adversity. The pitcher got hurt. He's had Tommy John surgery, and but you got to be able to fight it. It's going to come apart in the season, 2-3 weeks where you're going to have to find your way again. And I think the Tigers are just there. All right, and it's right before the All-Star game, which is coming up. We know that Tariq Skubal is probably going to be the probable starter, and the other two, as of right now, the other 2 people that's going to go, Riley Green and Javi Baez, they are 2-3 in voting for the outfield, and there's 3 outfielders. So if they stay 2-3, the Tigers will most likely send 3 people to the All-Star game. First time we've done that in a mighty long time. We were for years we were getting the applicable one. Everybody had to have a person represented. So we was getting the one person. So we just might get 3. Might get 3 this year. Fingers crossed. All that stuff. What you think, sir?
What I think is don't pencil nothing for October because you'll be at home watching. Just go and put in what's the name of that movie I always reference to? Just go Major League. Just go and put that in. Willie Mays Hayes. You may hit like Mays. No, you may run like Mays, but you hit like.
I still believe in them boys. I still believe in them. I still think they can do it. I'm gonna keep saying that till the end of the season.
Because come trade deadline, okay. Here we go at 11:45. Let's just say trade deadline. You trade for old boy Bregman, right? He come here. Okay, that removes third base problem. You still need another pitcher. You don't have one. Okay, you still need another bat. You don't have one. Even though you get Bregman, that's cool. The hobby experiment is gonna take a dip. It's just good right now. It's gonna take a dip. It's like the movie Varsity Blues. It's like when Moxon became the man. Yeah. Lance, man, what do you say? Game ball goes to surprise, Lance Harbor, right? It's over, man. Y'all good. Because, okay, I even fast forwarded. Let's say you do make it to the big show and you go against the Dodgers. Let's say Game 7 is at Comerica Park. They put a Shante or a Hante on the mound. What you think gonna happen then? You gonna lose. Same way you did when the Giants. You played the Giants and you played the Giants. The Giants came here. You had the Giants at home. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Who's up to bat? Cabrera. What he do? 3-2 pitch. He sat there and watched it go. Whiz right by. Giants won. When it's time to show up, you don't show up. Look at last year, the Guardians. I sat here on this podcast. I told you they're gonna beat y'all up. When y'all won game, the third game, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I say, like the great Lee Corso, that's so fast, my friend. What happened? Same thing with your Lions. We sat right here on this podcast. Oh, we going to the Super Bowl. I never saw so much news feed on my page. They up at the half. Let me see how much it's gonna be to make accommodations for the Super Bowl. When the game was over, you could hear mice pissing on cotton because it was nothing. Dog, only thing good come out of Detroit is crime and cars, and I work for the car company. Crime and cars. That's it. What he say? Get on the bus. Cars. There you go.
Well, we shall see if all that's gonna happen. I'm still gonna cheer for my Tigers. I think they're gonna make it.
You can cheer for the Tigers and burn your piss and stuff because Zion is coming. I'll pick him up from the airport.
I would take my barbecue pit, put it in my front driveway, douse it with the
because okay, you get Zion, and then y'all win the chip. Then what?
I'll be the first person to say I was wrong. I'll be the first. I'm serious. Anybody know me? If I'm wrong, I'll be the first person to say, "Hey, I was wrong." I will apologize to all business supporters, but my vision says if I want to be the great Kamau, my vision says that for him to come to Detroit will be a disaster.
I disagree. He's coming.
Disaster.
He's coming. Okay, he's coming.
The only person I say they coming is Deion Sanders, and his team is coming with Colorado.
Zion is coming.
Please, Lord, don't let that happen. All right, let's move on. Speaking of violence, we got a little bit in the miscellaneous area. Every year, the Detroit fireworks happens. I thought it was a little early this year. It's normally like the Monday before the 4th of July or Tuesday before the 4th of July. We talking about a little violence. All I saw on my timeline wasn't the fireworks, was fights. Folks downtown fighting. It reminded me back in the 80s when Kamau Young got them girls out of trouble for jumping on that lady for no reason. You remember that? Them 2 little girls, teenagers beat up that lady from the suburbs.
They went to jail. It
would have been there longer had Kamau Young not intervened for them young ladies.
But they went to jail. So I'm not getting your point. What's your point?
It reminded me of that's when it really started getting bad down there. And they were showing.
No, what makes it bad is the culture makes it bad. Not the culture so much. The culture. What makes it bad is there's no people being held accountable, right? I'm 50. I don't mind telling my age. I'm thankful I'm still here. When I was going down there, you went down there, you might have seen somebody, you had a good time, whatever. What has changed is there's no supervision, right? The cops is only in this one big immediate area, right? But they're over to the south side or over to the north side, we can fight all day because they only in this one quadruple area, which is Hart Plaza. All the surrounding areas, Greektown, Colby, and all that. Yeah, think about it. Then these people, they have nothing to do. What did Rocky tell Donaldson Creed? A fighter who has nothing to lose is the worst fighter. So if I'm somebody All I do every day is I get up, I do nothing. I don't have a job. I stay at home. My mama take care of me. I'm 27. Ooh, I got babies everywhere. I have nothing to lose. I'm just being for real. It's funny, but it's just the sad part of reality.
Got the babies everywhere.
I got 3-4 baby mamas. I got one on the east side, one on the southwest side, one on the north side, one on the west side. Okay, I have nothing to lose. I'm already not taking care of my kids. So if I go to jail, I'm 3 hots in the cot. Ain't that what Ice Cube said in Boys in the Hood? 3 hots in the cot. I'm still gonna get fed. I'm still gonna eat 3 meals a day. I might have to, fight for my manhood and do other things that I don't want to do, but I'm still living. The only difference is I can't go where I want to go. It's like the dude said. He was like, the comedian said it one time, collect calling people who are locked in jail. They are the most collect callingest people ever. And they always call and be like, hey man, what y'all doing? And he was like, man, we free.
This is great. This is gold. We going viral. Send all your comments and complaints. Only is me.
But you know what? For everybody that's watching, I guarantee you, there's no comment that's gonna be like, he ain't telling the truth. That's what's taking the likeness out of going downtown. When I was coming up, that was a thing to go to the fireworks. You could wear your nice little chain, whatever. You didn't have to worry about none of that. Not now, because times have changed. The police care, but they don't really care.
Well, I can tell you, my family, we would go to Canada every year. My aunt every year would get a hotel over in Canada. And for years, I did my best to keep that up. We would go to Canada and just hang out over there and watch the fireworks. Canada don't play. Ain't no madness going on over there. You can't even have an open beer, so ain't no madness going on over there.
Just look at it this way. Can you imagine if Babalo Island still existed right now?
Woo.
Exactly.
Woo.
We'll never. I don't have the privilege because I don't have any children. I have a godson and a goddaughter. But what I'm saying is, I could imagine how they would have felt to just ride the boat ride. Can you imagine? And you know what that boat is now? That's the Princess. But that's for the adults. But we used to get that was the thing. Oh, we going to Babalo today, right? And then as we got older, my mom, God rest her soul, no, we gonna drive to Canada and we gonna take the ferry over because she got time. And the ferry coming the same time as the boat. But can you imagine right now with them young Thundercats? Man, the boat wouldn't even leave. It wouldn't even leave.
Yeah, it would. It would get halfway there. It would be capsized because everybody be running from one side to the other trying to get away from the fight. That's what it was. I can tell you, going was always calm. They played a little music, but on the way at home at night, it was a party. When I say you in the middle,
everybody up there on what boat you came.
They called it the Rambisco.
If you came back on that last boat, you asking for it yourself. But if you we always came back to boat before the last. So it was still a party.
It was still a party. Everybody, that's what it wasn't called Jitney. It was called the Rambisco. Everybody out there doing the Rambisco, and everybody having a good time. Everybody trying to get numbers. But if you took that last boat home, boy, you get behind the post because there's gonna be some fights. There's gonna be some chairs getting thrown. There's gonna be some garbage cans. If you behind the post, you got a chance not to get hit because you can duck and dodge. Bob and weave. You ain't bobbing weave from a fight. You bobbing weave from them chairs, the wooden chairs.
Oh yeah, the wooden chair, right? Yeah.
Those were good times. Good times. One last thing in miscellaneous: MMA fighter John Jones has retired. One of the best UFC fighters of all times. He said it was just time. All right, everybody. We are coming down to the end. It's time for the best part of the show. What is it? It is Stoopid Sports News. Ooh, that was fast. All right. All right. Stoopid Sports News, STOOPID, Stoopid Sports News. In Stoopid Sports News this week, we got, first and foremost, we want to send prayers out to Ed Orgeron. Why? Is he still alive? Yes, he's still alive. I'm gonna start singing my song. I'm gonna get the beat. Mr. Ed Orgeron. Do 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 do. Cheaper to keeper. He got to pay $8 million to his ex-wife. $8 million to his ex-wife. Why? Because that was a part of his buyout when he left LSU. He was $16.9 million that it was left on his contract. That was part of the buyout at that point. And he got divorced 43 days before they fired him. He filed for divorce. Or somebody filed for divorce. And the judge said yes. Yes, sir. That is a part of the settlement. I'm crying for him. So at the end of the day, it's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her. What you think, sir? You gonna cry if you got to give up $8 million?
Cry is the least word.
You say that's the least you're gonna do is cry.
That's the least I'm gonna do is cry.
I don't blame you. Another stupid sports news, a fan yelled at Ketel Marte, Arizona Diamondbacks second baseman, made some terrible remarks regards to his mom passing away, and had him literally out on the field crying. And so they talking about tightening the rules against fans and the things they say and do, especially within the last couple of weeks. There's a fan here actually in Detroit who started some trouble against the opposing team, and the pitcher swung, and the pitcher's dugout. He swung at the guy, and he got himself suspended and everything. So I'm willing to bet by next season there's going to be some serious rules in place, much like they do in football, Major League, in the NFL. I don't know if they're going to go so far as putting cages up under the stadium to put people in when they get into fights and stuff. I don't think it's going to go that far, because that's like the Philly special. You know, they already know that there's 100 people going to get arrested every game. Philadelphia people fighting other Philadelphia people. But they're going to tighten up the rules. They're going to definitely tighten up the rules. All righty. And right now, we're going to jump into our one quick question. We actually got two quick questions. One quick question. All right. Here it is. Here's the first one. If we were to rename the show, what would it be? We're not changing it from Sports Talk with Kamau and Felix. You see all this paraphernalia we got behind us? We spent too much money. We're going to keep that. However, I was thinking about this last night. If we were to rename the show, what do you think we should rename it? What do you? I'm gonna give you mine. I'm gonna give you a chance to think about it. You know, if we would rename it, you know what I would think it would be? The Old Man and the Sneakerhead Podcast.
Oh man, yeah.
What you think? You think that's a good idea?
Yeah, that got a little sizzle to it.
You got one you think of? I'm gonna let you think about something real quick. Before I do that, think about this next question. Better sports movie: Remember the Titans or Rudy?
Woo. See, I like both of them. But if I had to choose, you can't go wrong with Zell. So I'm gonna go Remember the Titans, because he had to battle adversity, racism. They had already fired him before. They tried to already fire him before he succeeded. So yeah, I would go with that.
Okay, all right. I'm really torn. I'm at the end of the day, I'm gonna say Remember the Titans, but it's hard not to go with this. It's hard not to see one of my favorite actors of all time clapping in the middle of the area, you know, outside of the field, when Rudy came off the field, and that proud look on his face. So proud. What was his name? What was, you know, he played the character Rock. What was his name in real life?
Sean Dutton.
Charles S. Dutton. Yeah, Charles S. Dutton.
He went to jail. He went to jail.
Yeah, he did. He got into a fight where he had to defend himself, and he unalived somebody with a knife. Yep. So yes, he turned his life around, got into acting, and one of the best actors of all time after he turned his life around. So that lets you know right there. One thing not gonna stop you as long as you keep your head moving forward and doing what you're supposed to do. That's just like Gillian Wallow. Look at them. They got one of the top podcasts in the world. And they both came from out the joint. Both came from out the joint. I ain't trying to take that route to get a better podcast. Don't get me wrong. But the point I'm making is they turn things around for themselves. All right, everybody. In our predictions last week, we you picked up 2. You're now 16-9. You predicted the victory of LSU, and we both picked up a victory from Oklahoma City. And so right now that's where we at, 16-9. As we go take a break for a couple weeks for the predictions. We will be back next week, July 5th, right after the 4th of July holiday on Friday the 4th. So be safe out there, grilling, barbecuing. And if your city say no fireworks, please, no fireworks. We don't want you walking around with 1 or 2 less fingers like that football player did a few years ago. JPP. Yeah. We don't want that. We want you to have all your faculties. And don't get me. I'm willing to bet without even having to ask. 2 of us, we done some craziness with some fireworks. I done held a Roman candle or 2 in my day. I done lit a sparkler and then used the sparkler to light the rest of the fireworks. Put the bottle rocket in the bottle because the stick on the bottle rocket broke. So we put the bottle rocket in the bottle and the thing took off a lot quicker than it was supposed to. So yeah, you got to be careful out there. You got to be careful. All right, thank y'all for coming out. Thank you, Kenneth. Kenneth Hardy, my brother. We still got to work on that date to get you and Steve and Greg together on the show. We're gonna work that out. We looking at. I'm probably gonna say mid-July. We're gonna make that work for 2 weeks. We will be back July 5th. Be safe out there, and if you see me, say hey. And if the Pistons do bring Zion in, it's gonna be burn, baby, burn. All right, Felix. Be safe, young man. We shall see everybody next week.